3 weeks. Just 3 miserable, never-ending weeks. That's how long it took for Prince Harry's whole world to crumble like wet paper. The story I'm about to tell you isn't soft or sweet. It's the kind that makes your stomach twist, because it starts with a man who wanted nothing more than to be loved, and ends with him discovering a past he was never supposed to see. It all began with one tiny moment, so small, so ordinary yet powerful enough to shake everything Harry thought he knew about his wife. He couldn't stop staring at that photo. The one from Croatia, the yacht picture that had gone viral 3 weeks ago. Everyone else had moved on, but not Harry. Something inside him kept tugging, whispering, "Look closer." So he did. He'd zoom in, zoom out, close it, then come back again. It wasn't just a picture anymore, it was a secret staring back at him. Then one night, his eyes caught it, a small navy blue canvas bag sitting quietly in the corner of the yacht's deck. Harmless at first glance. But then, those golden letters. Soho House. In that second, his stomach flipped. His chest tightened. That wasn't just some luxury boat, it was a Soho House member yacht. The very same elite members-only club Meghan had practically lived in for years. Every room there dripped with power. Every dinner, every whispered conversation meant something. And suddenly, nothing about that picture felt coincidental anymore. Harry's heart pounded as he opened his laptop. His hands were trembling when he typed 3 names he'd never seen as dangerous until now. Soho House, Marcus Anderson, Meghan Markle. When the search results loaded, he froze. Marcus Anderson. To Harry, he'd always seemed like Meghan's harmless, quirky friend from Toronto, the stylish social butterfly who floated through parties. But what Harry found online didn't fit that picture at all. Marcus wasn't just part of the scene, he was the scene. Old blogs, archived magazines, deleted interviews, buried behind broken links, every one of them told the same story. Marcus Anderson wasn't some consultant. He was an access broker, the man who connected ambitious women to powerful men. He introduced actresses to producers, models to investors, social climbers to the rich and influential. He didn't just attend parties, he engineered them. Harry leaned back, staring blankly at the screen. His chest throbbed. How had he never questioned Marcus's presence before? The front row seat at their wedding, those hushed talks, that strange comfort Meghan always had when Marcus was around. And then the thought hit him like a gut punch, what if Marcus wasn't just Meghan's friend? What if he was her handler? The next 6 hours changed everything. He fell into a rabbit hole of photos, timelines, and social circles that connected in ways he could no longer ignore. It all made sense, horrifying sense. Late one night, when Meghan was asleep, Harry picked up the phone and called someone he hadn't spoken to in years, an old Soho House insider from his party days. Someone who knew how that world really worked. When the man finally answered, Harry whispered, "I need to ask you about Marcus Anderson." There was a pause, a long, uneasy one. Then came a sigh that chilled Harry straight to his bones. For 40 minutes, the man spoke, and Harry's world cracked with every word. Marcus didn't run a social club. He ran what insiders called a finishing school. Not for manners, for access. He finds women with ambition, the man said. Not just any women, ones who want to climb. He trains them, teaches them how to dress, how to talk, how to glide through elite rooms without looking out of place. He brings them into Soho House, gives them connections, introduces them to the right men, men who can open doors. Harry sat frozen. His throat felt dry. And Marcus, the man continued, he's not just connected. He has access to event calendars, private rosters, guest lists. He knows where the powerful will be, and he makes sure his girls are there too. Harry's mind reeled. He started remembering the polo match in 2013, the charity gala in 2014, the London events where Marcus always seemed nearby, always close. Always watching. And then came the truth that twisted his stomach. Meghan had been one of Marcus's girls long before Harry ever entered the story. The voice on the phone went quiet for a moment. Then, almost regretfully, the man added, "Marcus doesn't just introduce people, Harry. He positions them." Harry couldn't breathe. After that call, one question haunted him. How did Meghan afford all of it? The designer clothes, the first-class flights, the multi-city Soho House memberships, the endless 5-star stays, yacht weeks. It didn't add up. Her suit's salary was public, modest by Hollywood standards. None of it matched. So, Harry reached out again, this time to someone still inside Soho House, Toronto. The conversation was quiet, careful, but the answer made his skin crawl. Her membership? It had been fully comped, not discounted, not special rate, completely paid for. By who? Harry demanded. The man hesitated. His voice turned cautious. Marcus has ways of making sure certain women get access. Corporate accounts, anonymous sponsors. It's not unusual. Harry dropped the phone. His hands trembled. Someone had been investing in Meghan, funding her rise, grooming her transformation from a cable show actress to a global socialite perfectly designed for elite circles. He grabbed a pen and started doing the math. Flights across continents, clothes, stylists, yacht trips, hotel stays, makeup artists. The total made him dizzy, at least $70,000 a year. Meghan couldn't have covered even half of it. Someone had been backing her climb. By now, Harry's nights were sleepless. He was lost in an obsession he couldn't shake, connecting every dot, rechecking every face, chasing the truth that was chasing him. Then, one morning, he did something he hadn't done since the wedding. He pulled out the official guest list. He'd never cared to study Meghan's side before, why would he? But this time, he looked with new eyes. Marcus Anderson, front row. Jessica Mulroney, Soho House regular. Misha Nano, the woman who set up their blind date, also a Soho House member. Serena Williams, another one. Executives, socialites, every name tied back to that same glittering network. He started highlighting them, one by one. When he was done, his hands were shaking. Over 60 guests from Meghan's 200 were connected directly to Soho House. These weren't childhood friends or Hollywood colleagues, they were her network. The people who had watched her climb step by step through the world Marcus built. Then came the photo that broke him completely, a shot from the wedding reception. Marcus standing proudly beside 4 Soho House executives, glasses raised, smiling like men who had just completed a mission. Harry sat staring at that image for what felt like hours. His wedding, his most sacred memory, suddenly looked like a carefully orchestrated business summit. Not a celebration of love, but the final stage of a long-running operation. After that, nothing felt real anymore. He couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every hour was spent rereading, cross-checking, suffocating under the truth. But there was one thing he hadn't touched. The one thing he had buried deep, his old voicemail archive. A faint memory flickered. William. His brother had left him messages before the engagement. Angry ones he'd ignored. His hand shook as he scrolled. Then he found it. November 2017. He pressed play. "Harry, please listen to me," William's voice said, calm but desperate. "Palace security ran a background check. Meghan's been part of the Soho House crowd for years. Marcus Anderson's reputation is known. He positions women. She's been seen with men from your circle since 2014. Please check this before you propose." Harry froze. His heart stopped. He replayed it. Then again. And again. William hadn't been jealous. He hadn't been controlling. He had intel. Harry found 2 more voicemails. In one, William warned that Meghan had attended events connected to Harry's charity donors years before she even met him. In another, he said Marcus had strong ties to Harry's social circle. Harry had deleted them all without listening, convinced his brother was trying to sabotage his happiness. But now, he realized William wasn't destroying anything. He was trying to save him. And that realization, that crushing, irreversible truth, shattered Harry from the inside out. Now, most nights, he lies awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying the past 10 years like an endless loop. Every smile, every coincidence, every so-called chance meeting. Was any of it ever real? Or had he simply been the final piece of a perfectly arranged puzzle? He used to believe Meghan fell into his world by fate. Now, he knows she climbed into it step by step, hand in hand with Marcus Anderson, funded, guided, and perfectly positioned until she reached the top. And the cruelest part? All Harry ever wanted was to be chosen for who he was. But he wasn't chosen. He was targeted. And that truth, that unbearable, haunting truth, is the nightmare he wakes up to every single morning. And yet, even with all those sleepless nights and unanswered questions, Harry couldn't make himself confront her, not yet. Every time Meghan walked into the room, smiling like nothing was wrong, part of him broke a little more. He'd stare at her and wonder, does she know that I know? Was she pretending? Or had she rehearsed this kind of life for so long that pretending was second nature? He began noticing the little things, the way her phone never left her hand, the quiet messages that made her smile, the sudden change of subject whenever he mentioned Marcus. Once, he caught her on a call late at night, whispering so softly he could barely hear. When she realized he was standing in the doorway, she froze for half a second too long before smiling and saying, "Just talking to Serena." But Harry knew that wasn't Serena's voice. Every wall in that house started to echo with doubt. Every laugh felt rehearsed, every glance staged. He'd walk through the halls of their home and feel like a guest in someone else's story. And worst of all, he missed the days when he didn't know any of this, when love had blinded him enough to feel simple. Sometimes he'd catch himself staring at their wedding photos at his own smile. A smile so naive it made his chest ache. Because now, every time he looked at those pictures, he no longer saw joy. He saw the setup, the performance, the perfect illusion he'd mistaken for love.